Okay. Hello, Christine.
Hey girl, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Everybody, this is Christine Nguyen, and she is an expert on manifestation. We met through mutual friends, and we've been getting into manifestation topics on our blog. So you are the perfect person to be talking to.
Yeah, I would say that I'm just really honored to be here, and I know that, you're very um selected on who you invite into your podcast and your blog post. So it's an honor for me to be here and to share manifestation with your community.
Well, thank you. So I guess let's start off with just tell us in your own words what manifestation is.
To me, coming from more of a spiritual background, I feel like manifestation is really the process of coming back home to yourself and your power as a conscious creator. Basically, just shedding out layers of you that were not you to begin with and reclaiming that birthright to experiencing the joy, the bliss, the wealth that was here for you to begin with.
Awesome. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and I guess your story and how you have had success with all of this.
So right now I'm currently working on a manifestation program. And basically the frameworks that helped me to manifest, five, six, seven figures. And just like this, even like the smallest things, and I want to be able to help people to do it because what I found out is that manifestation, it helps you to feel more confident and to step more into your power because the different versions of me, manifesting five figures or six figures and seven figures were all different. So
Mhm.
I evolved as a person just by stepping into my power and manifesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that is amazing. And I know this is all really great info for everybody out there, especially people who are getting into manifestation or the universe or anything like that. I know this is just like so amazing to me. And it's almost like something my soul has been like waiting to
Mhm.
hear. It's like a aha moment, I guess. So anyway, so yeah, tell us a little bit about your story and how you made all this happen.
So I used to be spiritual, being able to see and talk to spirits, and then I basically shut off my whole intuitive psychic senses. And basically, after a 6 year relationship breakup, I had a spiritual awakening and it catapulted me back into that route. And after that, I started opening up my vision to manifestation and the woo-woo stuff because um, it's scary, especially when you don't really know about it.
Mhm.
And I think the unknown is it just freaks people out.
Yeah.
But I basically allowed myself to get into that after the spiritual awakening. And then I learned about manifestation. Before manifestation and any of that, it was more about like the spiritual work, like working with energy, communicating with the spirit guides, opening up my intuitive gifts.
Mhm.
And that led me to manifestation.
Okay. So let's back up a little bit and tell me what it means to have a spiritual awakening.
A spiritual awakening is really just awakening to the fact that there are veils that are clouding or fogging up your perception of yourself and reality.
Mhm.
So, spiritual awakening is basically awakening to the fact that you are a spiritual being having a human experience.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's kind of me and my husband both. That's kind of where we're at. All the veils are lifting and we're kind of seeing the world in a different perspective that we had never seen before. So that's super exciting. So how old were you when you had that spiritual awakening?
I was probably like 22, 23
Okay.
after that 6 year relationship breakup, I think around that time.
Okay. All right. So what happened after that, after your spiritual awakening? How did you
Um,
come into this manifestation? Was it just like an innate? I know you had like you were born and you during your childhood you had a lot of You said you had a lot of experience with like energies and spirits and all that. So was it something that kind of just you just felt like that was, or did you learn about it, or how did that come about?
So I wanted to fine tune my skills
Mhm.
with working with energy. So I work with a few spiritual mentors, and I received my first book. I think it was Ask and Receive by Abraham Hicks, Esther Abraham,
Mhm.
from them. And then I was like, I need to go deeper because for some reason it didn't feel deep enough. Like I want like depth when I'm learning.
Yeah.
So I started working with manifestation a little bit here and there. Didn't really believe in it. Tried to manifest $10,000 for the longest time, but it didn't happen until I started basically working with energy. I started clearing out the density in my energy field, the shadow, the things that are making me unable to move and become fluid in
Mhm.
shifting to different realities. And then when I started working on that, then I started getting more into manifestation. And then I
Okay.
started manifesting bigger things.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you said that you tried to manifest $10,000 for a while. What,
Yeah.
so, and then obviously you became successful with it. So what was how, the process of manifesting where you were being unsuccessful? And then what did you learn to become successful with it?
Um, well, I learned to not be attached to the number. I learned to detach myself from that because I know
The number
when
as in like how much you were trying to manifest or
yes.
okay.
And not making it like such a big thing and not thinking, oh my gosh, I'm trying to manifest this much. I'm trying. It's just like I'm trying all the time and it's not working because I'm in the mindset and the emotions of I don't have it yet, right? So I'm pushing against that.
Mhm.
And then when I surrender and I started working with energy more intentionally,
Mhm.
then I was able to manifest that.
Okay.
But part of it was really shedding some more density and layers within me and shifting my mindset regarding, manifesting certain amounts of money.
Okay. So when you say that, go deeper into that and tell me what you mean by that. You said shedding layers of energies. Like what do you mean by that?
It's almost like when people think about manifesting money, for example, they think that it's the thing outside of them. Like I'm trying to reach $10,000, for
Right.
example, but it's actually just you not only like trying to manifest $10,000, but you having to shift your mindset and your emotions. You're basically shedding a layer of you that was not yours to begin with, like a layer of shadow, a layer of belief that
Mhm.
was somebody else, maybe your ancestors, maybe in your past life, maybe from your childhood,
Mhm.
right? So it's just shedding away the things that program you to believe in a certain way
Okay.
and installing new beliefs.
So do you do that through like meditation, yoga? How exactly are you doing that?
I do subconscious reprogramming, nervous system regulation, and energy work. So
Okay.
those are the
So like
three
Reiki.
things. Yeah, those are the three main things. I think I would say like when I was manifesting, five figures up to six figures,
Mhm.
basically from nothing, right, up to the first six figures, like $100,000. It was almost like I was kind of doing things on a whim and
Mhm.
trying too hard, not being as intentional, but just kind of getting my feet wet
Right.
from six figures to multi six figures and seven figures, that's a totally different way of operating. So that requires a lot more self-awareness, a lot more shedding of the old self, a
Mhm.
lot more decision making of who you want to become, changing, shifting habits,
Mhm.
reprogramming your mindset, learning how to process density and emotions that are rising up.
Mhm.
But all of those I did not do up until I was manifesting multi six figures.
So in your course that you're creating, are you taking your students through all of this work that you went through?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I just created like the first step of the program, which is nervous system regulation. This
Mhm.
is something I recently learned and helped me to manifest multi six figures.
Okay.
So that's the first step because I think that's something that a lot of people can logically comprehend.
Hmm.
And then as they open up and learn how to process this density, then it's about shedding layers of you. And
Hmm.
that's subconscious reprogramming, shifting your mindset and the way that you view yourself
Hmm.
and reality. Um, and then after that is like the more intentional energy work. Because a lot of people think, oh, it's just about manifesting money and visualization. Like that's part of it. But on a day-to-day basis, how are you keeping your energy clean and as pristine as possible? Because your
Right.
energy field, your consciousness is what is creating your reality. So
Right.
learning how to work with energy um, on a daily basis is what helps clean it up and allows you to step more into your power and your light. It's clearing out the shadow.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So I guess I want to hear the details about what you manifested, the timelines, and just the full story of all of it.
Okay, let's just start like a small manifestation. This is the one that helped me to kind of believe a little bit.
Hmm.
So I was just kind of tuning into my senses, kind of just visualizing that I had money pouring into my life somehow, feeling more abundant. And then the next day I
So
had,
you're like physically feeling that, like emotionally, like I
yeah,
am abundant.
emotionally.
I am so rich, even though you're really not.
Yeah, like I'm just feeling it and feeling abundant, right? Just kind of like
Make
tapping
it till
into
you
my
make it.
frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next day I had an email saying that I have a rewards on my credit card up to like, I don't remember. It was like a few $100s. And I was like, oh, like I've never gotten this before. And I
Yeah.
didn't even know that I had that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's cool. And then I said, okay, let's try to manifest like $10,000. So this was being a little bit more intentional. And um, it unfolded in a way where
When you say intentional, are you saying you put an intention on why you want that money, or what do you mean exactly by intentional?
just being intentional about creating the life that you want
Okay.
and actually taking the time out to work on it
Okay.
energetically. So it's not just, oh, I want this or that, and then you kind of react on
Hmm.
autopilot
Hmm.
and letting your programs run your life,
Right.
right? Yeah.
You're
So
like
just more
this.
intentionally and taking the time out to create the space that you want to feel,
Okay.
the atmosphere.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, so $10,000. My mom was talking to someone on the internet, and my mom doesn't know this person. And this person basically requested money from my mom a few times, and my mom sent it like maybe two times.
Oh,
And
wow.
then when my mom told me about my mom basically deposited like $13,000 into my bank account and say, send it to this person. And then I said, wait, this person looks a little sketchy.
Hmm.
Basically, what I found out was that she was talking to a scammer.
Hmm.
And then my mom was like, oh, well, you saved me from sending more money to the scammer. So save that $13,000 and use it for yourself. So then I got $13,000 for that, right?
Wow.
Like, who would know that you're saving someone from a scammer and then you just receive that money?
Right.
So that was one of them.
Okay.
Um,
$13,000. That is insane.
yeah. So
Wow.
I think it can be like super simple and super easy, and it comes about in such unexpected ways.
Yeah.
Even when things feel impossible, it can still come about.
And the last time we talked, you had said something about how, like the universe takes the easiest route to you
Yes.
for to give you what you want, whether
Mhm.
it may be this or that, family, not family, random, whatever it is. So that was
Mhm.
the easiest way that the universe could get you that manifestation. That's awesome.
Yes.
So you went from 10,000, then you manifest, or then you attempted to manifest how much?
100,000.
Okay. So what was the timeline in between those? Were you like, you got the 13,000, you're like, all right, doing it again.
I think
This
after I got the
works.
13,000, I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I basically forgot about it and I didn't really think about trying to manifest anything else.
Mhm.
And so maybe like, let's say like a year later, I thought to myself, I manifested 13, or I was wanting to manifest 10, but I got 13. So I was like, okay, let's do 100,000.
Hmm.
Just add a zero at the end of that. If I did it before, I can probably do it again. And
Hmm.
then I received that within 6 months.
Okay.
Um, it was basically during COVID. And during COVID, it was a pretty wild time. So either families are getting closer together or they're breaking apart, right? Or they're about to break apart.
Right.
And my family went through like a lot of crazy things. And then basically they wanted to um, kind of like protect their assets somehow or something. So um, what happened was my grandma started telling my dad to get me a house. So I was able to pay down $130,000 for a house for me. And then I never had to pay that. And now it's currently being rented out and I'm just receiving the rent money.
Wow.
And it was the most unexpected time also because my dad and I did not have a good relationship at that time. And he kicked me out of the house multiple times. So the fact that it came from him was insane,
Yeah.
like the
Wow.
least unexpected. But it still happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in an unexpected way too. It's not like it was just a check given to you. It was like,
Yeah.
so you were looking for a house, or was that just an unexpected down
It
payment
was
for?
an unexpected down payment because when I was manifesting $100,000, I didn't know what it was for. I
Okay.
was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna play with this. I'm just gonna have fun with this. And I'm open to receiving it in whichever form it comes in.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So then from there, you're like, I can manifest anything.
Yeah. Well, it was when I manifested the million, like more than a million, that I was like, okay, so
Yeah, tell
this
us that story. That's the most interesting one to me.
um so there was my aunt wanted to sell one of her business, but she didn't know how. And then some legal matter happened in her business. And then it basically caused a whole ripple effect within like the whole family. And everyone was kind of like shocked and a little bit freaked out, and they wanted to protect their assets.
Right.
So names were being transferred across like the whole family and everything. And then um, I got like a few properties transferred to my name, and it was like I think over $1,300,000 of asset transfer to my name. So then I was just like, whoa, that's insane. Like I did not, that's the least unexpected thing as well, just because
Yeah.
it's also like connected to my dad and it's just
Right.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
how long did that take? And did you do anything different to manifest the million than you did with the other ones?
So that took 5 months.
Okay.
I think around that time I was working more intentionally with shedding more layers of me. I
Hmm.
was working with a little bit more of the nervous system regulation, but I wasn't aware that I was doing that
Okay.
until I learned about it.
Okay.
But I was already doing it before. And honestly, it was just mainly like working on surrendering,
Hmm.
working on shedding away the shadow, the limitations.
So your sister does the Kundalini activation. So
Yeah,
at what point in all of this did you start doing that? The Kundalini.
I did it near the end.
Oh, okay. Was it before
Yeah,
the million or after?
it was after.
Okay.
It was after all of my manifestation because I think at a point in your life, when something is present for you, it just means you're ready to receive it too.
Hmm.
And so I received the Kundalini, honestly, like a month or two back.
Hmm.
And my Kundalini was activated the first time, and now I can activate it myself. And I work on activating my Kundalini on like a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And that's just another form of shedding away, more shadow, more layers of you, more
Yeah.
limitations.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So are you working on any manifestations now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Ooh, how exciting.
Right now, because I've done 5, 6, 7 figures, right now, actually, I'm working on manifesting 8 figures.
Wow.
So 10 million. But for some reason, because I've done it enough time, I just believe that it's going to happen,
Yeah.
you know. I also think that, you can manifest things without even having to go outside and do anything external.
Hmm.
Like from the 5, 6, 7 figures that I've manifested, I didn't have to try to do something external, like start something or pick up like 5, 6, 7 different jobs, etc. But now that I'm manifesting 8 million, an inspirational idea just popped into my consciousness and I'm basically acting on it.
Okay.
So I think it can come in different forms. It doesn't have to come in only one way.
Right.
Um, but yeah,
How
basically.
exciting. Well, you'll have to keep us updated on that for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. Well, I definitely want, we're starting a full-on podcast at the Holistic Biohacker. So I definitely want to have you back on to get more in depth with manifestation and how exactly you do it and more in depth on exactly what your course goes over.
Mhm.
But if you want to give your information and just let us know how we can contact you, when will your course be ready?
I'm working on it right now, but I'm probably gonna be dropping it like 1 week at a time.
Mhm.
I finished the first one. I'm working on the second one. It's almost finished. And then I'll be working on the third one soon. So there's 6 modules.
Mhm.
I'm basically working on the second and third module right now. Um,
How exciting.
yeah,
Well,
but
keep
I
us-
literally take it like through the whole course, like through everything that I've done.
Yeah.
I also incorporated the Kundalini information about the Kundalini on there. So whoever wants
Mhm.
to work with my sister to activate their Kundalini, I think it's a powerful way to shed away like your shadow and all of that.
Well, me
So
and my husband had our first Kundalini session with her, and it was amazing. I mean, the lightness that I felt standing up after that session was insane. And then, I have little moments here and there, like 30 seconds to a minute of just looking around and feeling like everything is one and
yeah.
everything's perfect. And after that, it was like a good 5 minutes of that, which felt absolutely amazing. So I'm excited for her next session and I'm excited to take your course too.
Yeah, actually, I think it's really cool, and because the course is really taking you through the process of surrendering, the
Mhm.
process of shedding away everything that is not you, and start embodying your true power, start stepping into your true power. And when you start doing that, then you start the Kundalini. It's almost like it just activates. It's
Yeah.
just quick. And it's the same process my sister went through. She went through regulating her nervous system and all of that. And then she started doing the Kundalini, which took her like 5 months to activate her Kundalini. But it's because it's like a whole process of you learning how to surrender. The
Yeah.
more that you can surrender, the more that you can shed away all of that,
Hmm.
the quicker it is for you to activate your Kundalini because your energy is able to accept it. You're at a
Yeah.
place where you're open enough to receiving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, me and my husband definitely got some effects from the first Kundalini activation. I know it takes a couple of sessions, but even just after the first one, I mean, I got into a little low there for a week or two, and that picked me right back up. I mean, I felt wonderful afterwards. So, well, good. Well, I will link all of your stuff in the blog post. And then I'm excited to have you back on to kind of get more in depth with everything that you do and manifestation, your course, and everything. So, yeah, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Appreciate
having
it.
me, Kelsey. I can't wait for your community to just explode
I
and for you
know.
to
I'm so
attract the most
excited.
amazing people. I'm
Oh,
excited for you.
thank you so much. Well, thanks for being on. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you, Kelsey.
Okay, bye.
Bye.